Right then, well, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a bit of review on the Prologic K1 3-rod pod. So if you're in the market for a new pod, you want to keep on watching and see what I think about it. Right then, so the Prologic K1 3-rod pod. So I'll mention at this point that it does also come in a 2-rod if that's what your setup is. But obviously for me, wanting to fish 3 rods most of the time, especially when carping, made sense to get the 3-rod. So I picked it up at the beginning of the year, mainly for the reason that when I was fishing with the Fox Compact pod and out piking, I was struggling to be able to use my drop-off indicators due to the fact that it was sort of like a buzz bar setup. So one thing you might notice straight away with this is it's almost got a 3 bank stick setup with the buzz bar as such at the bottom, meaning if you're piking you can use drop-off indicators. So that was one massive plus point for me straight away. Another thing I liked about it was the fact that actually you can unscrew the bottom spikes onto the outer rod, should we say, and then turn it into single bank sticks. So by removing the bottom spike and also the sort of midsection which holds your butt rest and your bite alarm, front and back, you can then turn it into 2 single bank sticks. So once again, if you're out sort of fishing with 2 rods, you can turn it into single bank sticks very easily if you want to need to sort of face the rods in different directions, snag fishing, that sort of thing. So that was another real good plus point. Build quality wise, so cost wise it's $99.99, so you're getting a penny change for your £100. For me personally, I found a couple of things that for that quality, or for that sort of amount of money, sorry, I'd expect a slightly better quality. So being a bit of a tackle tart, it's silly little things like having the cam lock systems aren't level, aren't sort of facing sort of flush backwards. They always seem to sort of, whenever you're screwing them in, come off to the side slightly. So as you might be able to see at the front, I managed to get them level and facing forwards, but that's only because I've had to buy some additional washers to put in to make that happen. So for £100 I would probably expect that would be sort of a bog standard, and that actually the threading would be lined up so that you didn't have to do that. But it's just one of those things you sort of discover once you purchase these items, I think. It's nice and lightweight, which is great if you know you've got to carry it by hand, or you know, with anything these days the lighter the better, isn't it? And in that terms I can't really fault it. Like I said, I've had it sort of probably best part of 6 months now, and nothing's broke, nothing's failed on me. And so build quality wise, other than the fact that I think there's some little details that maybe have been missed, I don't know if it's just this one or whether it's a generic thing. It's just a little bit of a shame really, is how I would describe it. Another nice feature is that you can obviously fully adjust every single rod. So again, tackle tarts that we are, let's be honest, we like to have our rods nice and level. And that helps especially for fishing sort of like 3 on the spot, which I do a lot when I'm carp fishing. That just then means that you can have all your rod tips nice and level and make sure you're not crossing any of your lines or anything like that. So it's nice being able to adjust the height of each individual rod, whereas if you're using most pods where you've got, like say, the buzz bar at the top right directly below the butt rests and also the bite alarms, that's not possible. So just there, another nice little feature that you know, it is appealing from this pod. So all in all, would I recommend it? I mean, I would highlight to anyone buying it some of these little things that if you're not, you know, if you are a tackle tart and these sort of things offend you, you may have to purchase the separate washers, or it may not be possible to get all things aligned perfectly. Some of the plastic does feel a little bit cheap, but like I say, I've had it 6 months, I've put it through its paces, hence why we're doing the review now. And yeah, nothing's broke, so in that sense, yeah, I think you kind of might expect a little bit better build quality for your money, but at the same time it's got some great features, which means it's nice and diverse, whether you're piking, carping, or if you suddenly want to turn it into a couple of single bank sticks. It's nice to not have to carry all that additional weight. So all in all, it's a good bit of kit. It's good, it's not excellent. I think there's probably room for improvement, and I think they've got a carbon version out, which I would expect for the additional money has none of these problems, if I'm honest. But for me, £100's enough to spend on a pod. And yeah, if you're in the market for a new pod, hopefully this review will help you decide whether this is the right one for you. Right then, so if you like these styles of videos, make sure you check us out on our social media platforms that are down below, and then also hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any further reviews. There any of that?
Yeah, it's in the right, mate, huh?
it was a bit jumpy,